plane not really being the best forward. We'll have to see as this plane is dragging its way on over across the map of Erangel.
We're going to see, once again, both North and South Georgia Pole. Heavily populated, but they managed to all get away unscathed last time. They didn't fight off with each other. There was enough for everyone when it came to it. Avangar will finally get milled to power once again and can be happy with that.
Oh, Futbolist, where are you going?
It's like, oh no, this didn't work.
Yeah. What I was hoping for them to do is sit in the plane all the way till the very end, because if you see a team go towards Mills of Power, it's them, and then you just go straight north. But they jumped earlier, and now they're kind of looting shelter, kind of looting the compound south. And I guess with the loot table set the way that it is, it's not exactly the worst loot situation for them to be in, but it ain't really the best either. Northern Lights team have taken control inside of... Okay, that's interesting. So Northern Lights have forced out Gamerlegion from Rostock. We knew that Gamerlegion liked to go towards Rostock when they couldn't go ferry pier. They did that yesterday, but Northern Lights took no time to force them all the way and out of there, and I guess they're going to be happy in doing that. Now, they are a bit surrounded, but they do have all of the city to loot. I'm not sure, though, what the vehicle situation will be for them.
Now, this hard eastern circle gives a lot of room, but also a lot of water in there. Over towards the west even, sorry. Eastern circle.
The eastern circle towards the west.
I think I'm just losing my mind today. Everything's just slowing down. Miramar's confused the hell out of me. I was so ready. And now this is where I'm at.
This is where we're at. Bringing you a top tier PUBG directly from the StarLadder studios, I guess. Studios? Office? Studio?
This is a studio.
I was going to say, where are we, Toby? Where are we? In the studios in Kiev.
I'm glad I'm not in an office. I don't want to go to an office. I like a studio. It's much better.
Yeah, it is a lot more fun. And nonetheless, moving on our screens, again, a very well-respected member of the CIS PUBG scene, was a member of Avangar for a long time being, but now he's not. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure anything at all in that regard, why or how or if or when, but now he's playing with the guys from K23. They made it all the way through the Open League to be here playing with the top of the top. And they have had a somewhat slumber start, K23. They haven't really been able to pull off a whole lot so far. They have had their slimmer of moments where they're like, oh, nice shots landed here and there. But they haven't really come up late game and shown us their worth. So hopefully they'll get things going as we progress through the phase of the tournament.
One thing that I've now noticed, Gamerlegion, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10 go ferry pier. Both times yesterday, and so now yesterday and today, they've gone to Rostock and they've actually got a circle that would have been massively beneficial for their ferry pier thing. It's like the luck of the draw is not with them this time.
I mean, in all fairness, they couldn't really go ferry pier with the plane the way that it was. I mean, they could, but they would have been fighting for vehicles with either Zoekt Een Naam or with Force. So only thing they could have done would be jump out immediately, because they know K23 don't go that far south. But then they could have gone all the way south for vehicles there. But you've also had Riddle out here taking vehicles before. Now I know that it was a Milta plane, but once they saw Gatka was free, would they go there again? And once you're in the air, in that area of the map, there aren't really one of those, oh, okay, I guess they came with us, we can just go there. Because half of what you can go to is the ocean. So, I mean, there isn't a whole lot of exit routes or exit plans should you be contested. So, glad to see them go where they did.
All comes down to that split decision on how you want to get it done and what you want to do here. As already Avangar starting to make their way out just a little bit.
Yeah,
LXG hot on the hells coming in.
Yeah, everybody making their way out west. Avangar even got all the way up to Lipovka to get looted, so that is a good split for them. They'll get all the vehicles in the universe, and they'll get going, I assume. And they'll be taking their time. I could even expect them to go all the way north around, actually. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go all the way up across Severny and come in from the far north, because they know they have a Milta team, they know they have a team in farm, and now they saw that guys parachute in. That would be Futbolist down towards Shelter as well, and they have Insidegames on the east side too, so plenty of action over there. And they're like, you know what? We're the last teams into the circle. And this is how we play anyway, so why bother stressing?
It is exactly how they play. That's exactly what they want to do as Jupsy. He took a few shots at one of the Gamerlegion players, and now the rest of them have rolled up on him. He needs to quickly try and heal himself up, but he did manage to get the knock on to Bjorn. Jupesig getting damage onto Hamster as well, and then he gets hit down. That's not what you want to see. A good attempt from Jupesig, and he's going to get finished off to no end. His teammates have got to try and help him out, and no tag team. They don't want to allow this to happen. They don't want it to go down like this. And LXG get involved. This is not what they wanted. They're getting picked apart, ripped apart from every single side, every angle.
Jupesig could have had this. He could have had this, but that vehicle... Oh, that vehicle.
He played it so well. You could never predict that that was what was going to happen. Rolling straight up into him.
That is a sack of bad luck, that's for sure. O'Connell now trying to push on forward. Spots out McCann on the other side. Jumps around, tries to get the finish up, but he's getting shot from behind as well. And now Sneaky Slayer from the top of things. We talked LXG and how they don't really seem to give a care about who they're up against. They'll take the fight if they want to. And this time around as well, no cares given. Everything looked to go in the way of no tag team. But here comes LXG saying, hold on a moment. We want to get in on this one too.
And they could now make it very difficult for Gamerlegion as well as no tag team get eliminated. Powerful found Aros, and this fight is certainly not done with just yet.
Not at all. Spiro takes what position they had just before, and now you can see from the other side of things, people are starting to get in on this one too. Spiro, Nate thrown forward. That one is right on the money and gets himself a double knock. Bjorn just got rest, but he's gone back down on his knees once more. And there's just one player in Vex remaining, and there's no way in hell he's getting these rests back on up.
Nade's coming in, doing all that damage, and this is where LXG now will try to stretch their legs a little bit, move further forward. Fuse is getting involved as well, and the nade's still going out.
Yeah, they know exactly where Vex is sitting. They see him, they got him, and that's going to be Gamerlegion eliminated. They have just not been fortunate. I was questioning the initial push-up to the compound because you had Jupesig sitting there already shooting at one of their players, but they committed to it anyway. I guess they were at a point where they couldn't really back out from the position that they were, and they were already driving down the hill there, and had they turned around anyway, it wouldn't have given them a whole lot. But there was a chance at one point where he could have hit behind that rock far out on the western side, and the guys could have turned away and gone off of that and said, you know what, we don't need to engage this one now. But unfortunately, it didn't go their way, and they go out in last place.
LXG are going to be loving life now. Good start for them. Third party works out perfectly.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. I mean, to get a pull-up, to get the kills, and to not lose a single player. That's exactly how I want to do it.
And we've been talking about their aggression. We've been talking about the fact they love to get involved and get straight stuck in. Well, this time they saw it, they heard it, they waited a little bit for it to go down, and then sent in for it.
We'll see Lux in here, Besiktas. We talked about them sitting in 10th place currently, but that place is a little, what do you say, overshadowed by the fact that it ain't really a 10th place when it's just 4 points to 5th. Well, it doesn't feel like a 10th place, at least not at this point in the tournament. So very much still up there and in it, and they've got themselves a pretty decent position to play from here early on.
Riddle making their way across, Avangar doing the same, and Avangar back to their old tricks again in the blue, but as is Insidegames. As you can see on the map now, they're making their way all the way around, coming out of Millie.
Huh. That's interesting. They didn't want to contest the west side. That makes sense. Or the east side of the circle. Makes sense. They said even though we were looting further up north, we had so many teams drop around us. And I think it was a bit of a scare. A bit of a scare with football as they saw them jump there too. So they said, you know, we'll just take our time. This circle, though, that is a big fat yikes.
Shifty, shifty, shifty. All the way to the west once again. Still water covered in it. George Pole completely within contention for everything, and this means at least for Avangar that they got a decision to make on how they want to approach this, because we've seen them do this before where they go back in the blue and work their way all the way around.
Half this circle is water combined with Georgia Pole combined with Everest. That's like a triple destruction in one circle. And then you have the big open field down by Antenna south of it. Neither of these places are places that a whole lot of teams like to play around in the end game. But believe me, it's going to go to either one of them.
It was Zen on Everest that had them crazy games we saw from Phase 1. They were loving a bit of that. But even then, it just ends up being so rough because
it's so clustered.
Yeah, you can't get away with like not losing team members there.
Also, it's impossible to, I mean, even if you don't lose players, to keep all those edges of the mountain clear.
Exactly.
I mean, being the proper king of the hill here is practically impossible with so many third parties coming up those hills, because they know people can't just sit and hide on the hills. If they don't push all the way up, the guys below them will be taking them out, right? So you got to be pushing on up, and that forces forces these teams to just sprint head on into fights where normally they might have taken a second or more to really kind of scout a way forward. Here, they just go full on in.
You've already got Besiktas and Seekorg on top of it, trying to fight off on different levels here. Forze nearby, same as K23, but Futbolist, they're trying to make their way in, and Seekorg straight away are just shooting in on them. Powerful doing the same, and they've just got to try and avoid it, try and stay alive, and not get picked off as Genzo's taking a few shots out towards him. Luckily, Bruxell there, running out of bullets. His aim was literally razor sharp on top of them, but they will still find themselves getting knocked. Genzo's actually going to get eliminated as well. Powerful, they were ready and waiting for this one.
Genzo taking out, trying to drive that two-wheel buck. He didn't get him so far. Gluten and Mucking somehow made it this far. Now we got Besiktas pulling up on Force as well. This nade could be deadly for Simsy, but just down to half HP. 4 guys all together. Nade's raiding in on all sides, and they have to make this committed push on forward now.
2v4, Besiktas ready and waiting to push on up as a unit. It's only Simsy waiting out. He was very low on health. Tamil's taking some damage though, and he'll find himself getting knocked down. But it's by K23 though, which means Forze, at least for now, are a little bit safe, and potentially their teammates can come in and save him.
Yeah, look at this. They're coming in from the other side. Tamil got knocked just before, and that's going to put somewhat of a dent in their push. Ultra tries to push around the side now, but they're very much together. Phosphorate knocked by the Molotov. Higgy's still up there on the staircase, but they have 2 teammates on the other side. It's going to be up to K23 really from the other side. You see 2 players up by Hospital, 1 on the hill of them, and then you have 2 guys on the other side compound. Tamil down again, just got rest on up, but now he's down once more. Higgy pushes up, but he's going to be taken down immediately.
The problem you have here for Besiktas is this compound's quite an open one, so many teams can just shoot up in onto them. They have dealt with the first few players of Forze that have come in and challenged them, but K23, they are ready and waiting, and the rest of the Forze players want to get in, but it's not going to happen. They're getting picked apart from every single side because Riddle got involved as well.
Got themselves the final kill there. See Ultra getting knocked now by K23, and now K23 kind of have to win. I mean, they saw all the knocks coming in. Is this something they want to push on or not? We'll have to wait and see. Sneaky try to push up, but Northern Lights once again. This was the team they tried to fight last game as well. Northern Lights shut them down completely, and now it seems to be a repeat of what we just saw before.
Fuse trying to get away. They've got the vehicles as well. They're being sprayed out against. Okay, bro, he's trying to land the key shots, but it's not going to happen. LXG had to abandon their teammates once again. Now, they got a good position on the last game. 5th place with just 2 players alive from an early engagement, but they've had kills alongside it as well. And we see another circle, we see another pop, but look what we've got here. It's a lot of water.
And
do you
a
want
lot
to go
of
swimming,
city.
Toby?
Water and city, and water and city, and a little more water and a city.
City.
Now, the thing is, the next circle has to exclude water to some extent, or at least as much as possible. So I'd assume it to go down somewhere towards Hospital. But then again, I mean, it could really go anywhere down south there. There's room enough for a couple of different scenarios in the end of there. And that could very well be an endgame inside of South George.
Oh, it just keeps giving me what I want, what I love. Maybe not what the teams love, but maybe what we need at home love, because they're in a great position here, and they're spraying up onto Powerful as they're trying to rotate in for a slightly better position, and they're actually going to be punished for it a little bit here. Powerful are trying to reply back. Smash finds himself knocked. Now, they shouldn't be able to send for him, but it's going to be quite risky for any of the We Need home players to push out and kind of get him back up, because it's out in the open, and he was in the forward building on his own.
He was all by himself, and they were kind of splitting a 4 horsemen on each their edge of the compound, but maybe splitting a bit too thin there. Now the push is coming from the side. Insidegames are trying to push all the way around here. I like the way that Insidegames is rotated. They came in over military, we saw them earlier, and they're making their way all the way up the west coast. And, well, I mean, now they're sitting dead center in the circle.
Avangar are living the dream like that. They're doing exactly what we see.
It's so smart.
We called it out. We're like, Avangar back to their old tricks again. Yep, went through the blue, came all the way around, and now look at the spot they're going to have. You guys will see it when it comes up on the map ever so shortly, no doubt. And they are now going to be in South Georgia, and they're actually going to be very, very center with lots of compounds to choose from.
LXG and Northern Lights pushing north around over the other side of the water, trying to come in from the north side of Georgopol. That's going to be a questionable decision in that regard as well. It's going to be the only decision they'll have left, because they can't come in all the way back anytime soon. Rita went down trying to get that res on up. Smash is still on his knees. Lipson trying to make the run on it. Does manage to get up initially, but there's still 1 more floor to cover.
Oh my god.
Just around the corner he gets, but it ain't gonna be easy. Smash should be able to get rest here. There's still 1 smoke bloom in there for a little while longer. I like the new smoke information that we get, as
so
we can see
good.
the ticks there. It does get a little clustered sometimes. We have like 5 smokes on
Yeah,
top of
they
each
dropped a
other.
lot. We see
But
that.
yeah, but it's I think one more of those infos that you can toggle on and off. So for the observers, they get some more tools to play around with. I like to see that. They're more available, then we can kind of pick and choose what we like to use. Now the new circle is gonna pop, and oh James, where are we headed?
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. Yes, kind of. Half there.
Yes, medium.
I'll take it. It's better than nothing. I still believe.
It is. There's a chance. Because the thing is now, you guys don't see the circle. You can kind of see it on the southern side there of on the minimap. The thing is now, this next circle, there's only the whole warrior thing is only on circle 4 and circle 8. So if we're in a situation like right now where it doesn't exclude all the water, it can hard shift back up north again if it wants to. Now we do see Northern Lights and Zoekt Een Naam though taking fights deep, getting himself a double knock with the SLR there. Great damage coming out from him and T-Bone. Ival, what can they do here? They got 4 players to deal with.
Besiktas, in the meantime, also firing up against K23, who have been relatively uncontested for now. They've been chilling in hospital, able to do so much damage. The nades go out, though, from Northern Lights, and Page is going to go down. T-Bone's still within it, and he's just holding the angle. He's patiently waiting and hoping they're going to run through to him. T-Bone's been able to deliver in situations like this before, but it's all going to come down to timing, and he's got the nade pinned and ready, but when is he going to be able to get it down? A little bit too far away. Ival just runs out to his death, not ready for that. Okay, bro, up close and personal. And the rest of the 3 members of Northern Lights are just on the hunt for T-Bone. But nicely done. T-Bone's repositioned himself, worked his way around. Smokes have gone down as well, and he's just waiting for him to push into it. They try to pre-farm, it's not going to happen. He's holding strong, but how much can he get done? He finds himself 1 knock. T-Bone nearly gets it done, but it's not going to quite happen. But that circle damage is going to be big, and this is not going to benefit any of them.
T-Bone not getting kills is the name of the game here. He got 2 knocks, and I'm pretty sure that'll get turned into kills at some point soon as well. You can see Vasco has to make a run forward. We saw Ival and kind of the frustration he had coming out of the compound there, where it's like, guys, we don't have time to sit around here. The circle is pushing. Can't we just run next to each other and then fight once we get inside the circle? Come on, man. But not going to be the case at all. T-Bone taken down there in the end, of Vasco all by himself now has to somehow stay alive. 12 teams alive, so it's unlikely that he'll be able to get any placement points over this one, because look at the run that he has to make here.
And it's a run with a lot of teams that are just going to be looking for him. The damage is going to be high on the blue. Oh my God, Asmarin. He's like, you going to wait there? Yeah, you just stand there for me, mate. Boom. Instantly down. No teammates to help him out. And Asmarin will take that any day of the week. He's been hearing them fight, and now he's going to be looking for Northern Lights as well.
So Besiktas on the southern side, they've decided to split up. They've taken the hillside control there as well. And also, what is their team name? Seekorg.
Yeah.
They've split it up 2-2-2. Well, 2-2 as well. You can say 2-2-2.
I was about to say, it's like, what? They got a 6-man squad? What is this?
They split up 2-2 as well. But I'm not sure it's going to help them a whole lot here, because they're in positions where they can't really help each other a whole hell of a lot. Now, Quissy trying to... Oh, that's going to force you to take the long route around.
Oh, no. You hate to see it.
Yeah, you can't get up there, buddy.
Oh, and Octave's walking around as well, looking for it. Okay, bro's done himself in.
New circle's going to pop momentarily. Is it going to be that city ending that James is clapping in tier 4? Or are we going further down south? Only time will tell. Ultra gets himself a knock onto 1. Off for the distance. Fortunately, I guess you can say for Supremacy, I want to call them. That's another French team. Fortunately for Seekorg, that's not quite the case. Nate coming on forward. Marking does get finished off. Nate dealing no damage on the roof up there.
These nades so dangerous over and over again. Gluttony. Pinned down. Doesn't know where it's going to go. And we're going to go out towards hospital as this new circle has popped. I don't get the ending I wanted, but these players may be happy, especially if we need a home, who haven't had to move for quite some time. And they've been able to fire in on multiple teams. K23, they've just been chilling in hospital, and they've been picking up the pieces and the scraps that have been going by them.
Yeah, they've been splitting, and by every single circle, they've said, oh, I guess we ain't getting this no more. Let's just relocate over here. Oh, I guess we're losing this compound as well. Now they got hospital remaining. It's a difficult place to hold, to be honest. There are multiple different angles you can get in from. Northern Lights, out they go. Despite being in first place overall, they'll take an 11th this time around. Avangar will be the damage dealers in that regard. You can see Max is already pushed across. I like the decision making on his part, but his teammates aren't really there just yet.
Yeah, Max is always looking for it as well. He knows where Seekorg's coming from. He's ready to spray on into him, but Gluttony's the one to pick up the knock. And now he should have a good idea of this. Oh! Brilliant work being done there. Maxisor this time, not Asperin, able to find Gluttony. He was trying to get involved in the fight, and he's like, no, these are ours. This is Avangar's kills, not yours. You go down.
And not a whole lot more to be done there whatsoever. Avangar, they still have a long run to make, though. Maxisor already taken down. Still 3 players strong in Seekorg. And now Besiktas on the hilltop, all by themselves here, kind of left alone from all the opponents. The only thing is they don't really have a whole lot of places to go, and that's the reason they're sitting by themselves on that hilltop. It's just an open hill on both sides, and well, I guess technically they're still in by Lux's position, but they don't want to sit here for too much longer.
Oh, Barlos, this nade's going to be devastating. Ooh. He kills off Maxisor, knocks Snoopy down, and he's getting more nades out. Barlos, once again, he was a solo hero for Seekorg in the previous game, and this time he's back to the scoreboard saying, anything you guys can do, I can do better, and I will challenge you, Avangar, because you're not having it this easy.
Not at all. An Octave taking down Mikhailovic, doing some damage, and LXG, they're getting in on the kill feed once again. They got 4 kills real early. Barlos forgot to reload his weapon, just 10 bullets in it. And now he realizes it has to run all the way back down. Avangar, they'll come into help out on the backside. Barlos will be taken down in the end by a Tomlin, but that's going to be all of Seekorg eliminated.
Seekorg were looking for a potential good placement on back-to-back games that they certainly needed. More nades coming out, and Avangar, they've just been blown up by every single team. Asverin's the last man down, and Besiktas deliver it.
Yeah, Besiktas, they were getting a bit of help from both sides as they started fighting off one another. Asverin tried to come in from the backside, secured some kills on towards the guys from Seekorg, but in the end, it was Besiktas to prevail and stand strong. New circle's going to pop. We have everyone north. There's one team south of the road, and that's Riddle.
This could work out quite well for Riddle, though, as the unsuspecting team to come through. Yes, you've just been cut off of this circle, but still, you are not being touched with, right? Many teams are not looking or focused on you at any point.
If you're Riddle and you're playing this one smart, you're staying down here for a little while longer to make 100% sure that you're the only team on the south.
Yeah.
And then you push up towards the hospital hill on the left side, because you're going to have all the info in the world. You're going to have all the room in the world to maneuver around. Now, Henny does take a vehicle. It's going to mean that at least for Besiktas, they know where they are. I'm pretty sure the K-23 hurt them as well. But there's not going to be anything they can do to deal with them off of this. They got a good position now. Make sure you got your backs clear and focus on that 180 going forward.
K-23. They are just chilling in hospital, waiting it out. And they might be able to spot Besiktas as they start to try and come into this circle. And that's going to be very hard for Besiktas to deal with.
Yolt has made his way on over. I like this play. They're playing it really, really smart. And also, you gotta give credit to Insidegames. I mean, honestly, they were sitting all the way in military. They're a team that loots way north of that. They made all the way a rotation over military, all the way up west. They played it from the far western side of Georgiapol, and now they got themselves that one little storehouse, or whatever you want to call it, the blue little store building and the shack on the side of it, but there's not a whole lot of cover to play from in there.
And Pixel was there before everyone else, right? And he was able to hold it, weaning the Homer, shooting up into him. LXG once again have made top 8 with 2 players, by the way. Just like they take these fights, we spoke about how aggressive they are, and they still will hold on when they can.
They got 5 kills this game, though. I mean, they got things going. They got things going. This is what I'm saying. You don't necessarily need. Of course, it's amazing to get those 20 kill wins.
Yeah.
But if you can continuously get into placement points with 5-6 kills, that's going to be you in the. I mean, in the long run, if you can continue to do it every single game, that's going to be you in the top 3 overall.
Now, Powerful, well aware of where Besiktas is as well, and this is where Besiktas has to be careful. You've got K23 who can certainly be able to see you very soon, and Powerful who are going to be looking for you. We need a Homer also taking pot shots. You're like, oh great, I'm basically walking out onto the killing field here.
We see it on the screens right now. Look at the amount of circle control that Riddle has. Off of the push that they made forward. Clip is a bit split off, but the thing is, there's even if they get knocked, there's no way that anyone remaining in this game can push them.
Tomil trying to land those shots onto the LXG players. Doesn't manage to connect a few, but that's all he's going to get, at least for now. 8 kills up on Besiktas at the moment, as Simsy finds himself getting knocked down. They're having the long-distance duel with LXG.
Fuse has been landing some good shots with the SLR today. Gotta give him credit for that, but now he does go down in return, of course. Always the same, but...
Commentator curse.
Yeah, always the same. But he's been landing some really, really good shots today. Now, Besiktas, they're using everything they have as far as smokes go. Now, the circle, it does, well, I mean, they can stick around for a little while, but they will, in the end, have to make that run down, I assume, towards hospital.
K23. Just chilling, taking a few shots, knocking players down. LXG still firing off against Besiktas here. And LXG know this move is going to be so difficult.
Yeah, Besiktas at 8 kills already. Just goes to show there's still 21 players alive in this game as well. Now damage is starting to be done from the side. Ultra was the first one to try and make that inevitable run. They'd have to go to Simsi gone down as well. Tamil all by himself, and actually has Lux there on this side too. But this is going to be oh so difficult. All they can do here really is just hang tight and hopefully watch that kill field blow up once the circle starts excluding this city.
Because we need a home after move, IG need to move, and Riddle actually going outside the circle to go and challenge IG here.
Scary, scary play, but as we say, with proper risk comes proper reward. Hasn't really been going the way of Riddle. They've been coming up short when it came to winning games, but now once again, 4 guys alive, this time 4 kills to it as well. They could get things going here, but they gotta play it smart.
Oh, Zinzan spots out Smash. Brilliant work from Clib again. He's come alive. More nades going out towards the rest of the IG members out there.
Tamil gets the inevitable knock onto Fuse. They've been fighting back and forth. In the end, LXG will be taken out, but kills coming in. And 7th place to it as well. IG, they will be going down. Sam Peak still alive though, trying to see if he can do something as fast placements, but he is far off on the other side there. Now with CK23, shots fired down towards Hanny, bro. They know they're in there, and they just gotta play it smart on the backside.
Riddle have so much control here, but Besiktas, despite their whistling numbers, are still getting kills galore. Pixels now hit the deck. Tommy will just die out to the zone, but he was not going down without a fight.
How is Lux alive here? I was gonna say, how the hell did he get all the way up to the building without being taken out? Does happen in the end nonetheless. Power secures the finish up on him. We need a home. Will go as follow immediately after 4 teams remaining. Now somehow Sam Peak has lived through this one and gotten his team a proper position in a situation where they really had not a whole lot to play for.
And he's trying to run out, but Clib ready for him, delivers the headshot, eliminates Insidegames in 4th, and that means now for Riddle, they are looking hot and ready for a big win here. K23 with 3 players left remaining.
We talked K23, they haven't had a time to show, they haven't had a time to prove themselves. They've been going out early, small mistakes have hindered them. Now, 3v2v4, they have the center circle. We know the next one is the dot. It's going to finish just on the western side of the hospital. This, I'm not going to say it's their game to win, because it could go either way, but this could be a really good win coming in from K23. They only have 3 kills so far, sure, but they can get a whole lot more to it.
When you've got someone like Hanny landing shots like that, you're just better off not poke out, because you will eat that bullet. That headshot came in thick and fast. And this is where K23 needs to avoid being pressurized here. As powerful, he's able to just hold strong against Hanny there. He spots them out. And they don't have to move just yet, but they know they need to deliver some damage. And Clib, what? This is insane. Headshot after headshot. He is banging them out.
All over the place, all day, every day. Clib is active with the bold actions. We have some of these players. We talked about them last game as well. A lot of players prefer the DMRs, but if you have that one guy that can just time and time again deliver these knocks instantly on opponents, it makes those fights so much easier once you have to get up close and personal.
I need a clip cam. I'm so ready for that. Clip cam is real. Just watch him. Dome heads everywhere.
Yep. That's the thing.
Now, I like this. Ghost are pushing out first. They're trying to look around what's going on exactly. K23, they've got so much ground to cover. Like you said with Hospital, it's just so difficult to keep an eye on what's going on. You're like, oh, God, where now? Because any of them could have just slowly crept in and start fighting you for space.
They could be anywhere, and you have to constantly keep your wits about you as far as to what's going on in this side of things. Circle's gonna send up. We knew that. Riddle taking center position. 7 kills already. 4 guys alive. They've had 2 games with 4 alive coming into the last 2 teams alive, where they got themselves second places. They got second place last game, and now they have a chance to deliver here. Can they get a win right off of a second place? That would be insane for Riddle, and would toss them up the scoreboard by tons as well.
There's a second place with 9 points as well. Very respectful, but can they do any better this time around? They've got plenty of points on the kill feed, and they'll be looking for the big win here and now. Ghost Star, nades going out towards him. He's dropping the smokes. He's trying to get some cover for himself. He wants to hold on strong. The teammates got some backup from behind, but there's just so many areas to look at. So much to cover off. Nice use of the nades there from Greg. Trying to make sure Riddle aren't too close.
This is the issue. All of these teams on the sides, they're doing what they can to hold them off in the middle. That's going to be powerful. Down One guy goes down, Simpson that is, from Mumino, trying to hold up one. He goes down as well, so now it's a 2v3 in the favor of Riddle. They have to win this one. They have to come out on their side. They have all the things working their way, and all they have to do is keep these guys pinned inside. They're all by yourself. What can you do?
Greg, you are done for. Brilliant nade coming up from Klib. More nades going out as well. K23 trying to get the revive off here. He does manage to make it happen, but even just getting the meds off is going to be difficult. Hjort jumps up. I believe he may have just spotted him out. He goes in for the shots. Will take down Momino. Can he get the next kill in? Instantly done. Brilliant work once again from Riddle. And this time they get the win with 11 kills.